Can I ask you about RFK? Because just moments ago, his running mate said that they were considering endorsing you. Have you considered him for a role in the administration, and
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Is RFK going to potentially drop out of the presidential race and endorse Donald Trump? This dynamic would drastically impact the 2024 election dynamics, potentially benefiting Trump more than Kamala Harris. We already know that. Let me know where you're watching this out of. Drop that in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly feel called to do it, and hit subscribe as well, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. This is going to impact the Democratic Party. The potential alliance between RFK Jr. and Donald Trump is causing significant concern with the Democratic Party, particularly given RFK's criticism in the current administration and his influence as an independent candidate. Polls indicate a tight race between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, with JFK positioned as a potential spoiler alert. His presence on the ballot could sway the election dependent on who he pulls more votes from. More than likely, he's going to pull more votes from the Trump camp than he is Kamala Harris, because his influence and commitment to exposing the deep state. RFK Jr. openly criticized Biden, accusing him of being a greater threat to democracy than Donald Trump, particularly citing Biden's use of federal agencies to censor political speech. And we see that throughout RFK's campaign. There is intense speculation that RFK Jr., with this viral clip that I'm about to show you that has been buzzing across the internet, may endorse Donald Trump. With this decision, potentially Donald Trump and RFK working together to reform various government agencies which aligns with both of their political agendas. Let's go ahead and jump into this video right here.
Tens of millions of dollars to be a spoiler candidate. I put in tens of $millions to win, to fix this country, to do the right thing. I will say that Clear Choice, this PAC, this DNC aligned PAC that was created specifically to take us out, has spent millions of dollars to take us out. They have unfortunately turned us into a spoiler. And we don't want to be a spoiler. We wanted to win. We wanted a fair shot. The DNC made that impossible for us. They have banned us, shadow banned us, kept us off stages, manipulated polls, used lawfare against us, sued us in every possible state. They've even planted insiders into our campaign to disrupt it and to create actual legal issues for us. I mean, the extent by which the sabotage they've unleashed upon us, it's mind-blowing. I mean, we're still learning new ways that they have sabotaged us. I really wanted a fair shot at this election, and I believed in the America that a little girl pledged an allegiance to. And that is not where we are today. And it's not because of the Republican Party taking us out. It is exclusively because of the Democratic Party taking us out. And I am so disappointed I ever helped them. I am so disappointed that I helped Chuck Schumer in that Georgia runoff secure a majority. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes of my life. And it's really devastating. So to answer your question, we are not spoilers. That was never our motivation. We really wanted a fair shot. I think had we had a fair shot, we would have won. I still would love to see in the last 80 days of this election some miracle play out where we get a chance to debate. I don't think they're going to let us. You know, given this, I think we are taking a very serious look at making sure that the people that have corrupted our fair and free democracy do not end up in office in November. It's hard. I mean, it's really hard, Tom, to say these words because it's also acknowledging how bad things are.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the words. Do you guys see any path to victory at this point?
I mean, technically, if we can stay on the ballots, we've qualified for all the ballots now, which is like an enormous feat. Like you don't understand. The system was designed after Ross Perot to keep this from ever happening again, and we accomplished it. So technically, we could win. We could absolutely win still. The problem is if you censor a candidate, as we've been censored, people don't get a chance to even hear us. So, there's two options that we're looking at. And one is staying in, forming that new party, but we run the risk of a Kamala Harris and Waltz presidency, because we draw votes from Trump, or we draw somehow more votes from Trump. Or we walk away right now and join forces with Donald Trump, and we walk away from that and we explain to our base why we're making this decision. Not easy.
Clearly.
Yeah, not an easy decision.
What do you guys think about that? This clip is absolutely going viral across the intro webs right now. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And this is an older clip of RFK Jr. on CNN talking about the threat to democracy between President Trump, former President Donald Trump, and President Joe Biden. Let's go ahead and jump into this.
But do you really believe that when people talk about the threat to democracy that Trump poses, do you really think that is it equal evil to Biden?
I mean, listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent. I can say that because I just won a case in the Federal Court of Appeals and now before the Supreme Court. It shows that he started censoring not just me. For 37 hours after he took the oath of office, he was censoring me. No president in the country has ever done that. The greatest threat to democracy is not somebody who questions election returns, but a president of the United States who used the power of his office to force the social media companies, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to open a portal and give access to that portal to the FBI, to the CIA, to the IRS, to CISA, to NIH, to censor his political critics. President Biden, for the first president in history, to use his power over the Secret Service to deny Secret Service protection to one of his political opponents for political reasons. He's weaponizing the federal agencies. Those are really critical threats to democracy.
Donald Trump, of course.
It was not until after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump that RFK Jr. received Secret Service security. And it was, I believe it was Donald Trump who pushed that after the assassination attempt. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think on how the Democratic Party would react to a potential alliance between RFK Jr. and Donald Trump? Shortly after Donald Trump had a speaking engagement in Michigan, a reporter went up and asked him about RFK and his potential role in the Trump camp.
Can I ask you about RFK? Because just moments ago, his running mates said that they were considering endorsing you. Have you considered him for a role in the administration, and what role would that be?
Well, we haven't, but I would love that endorsement because I've always liked him.
Would you also consider putting him in the administration?
You're asking me a very unusual question. I haven't been asked that question yet. I like him a lot. I respect him a lot. I probably would if something like that would happen.
So based on that conversation, Trump said that he probably would if there was a potential alliance or endorsement from RFK Jr. and his camp to Donald Trump's camp. RFK also earlier on August 20th, he states, "As always, I'm willing to talk with leaders of any political party to further the goals. I have served for 40 years in my career and in this campaign. These are reversing the chronic disease epidemic, ending the war, ending the war machine, cleaning corporate influence out of government and toxic pollution out of the environment, protecting freedom of speech, and ending politicization of enforced agencies. Is RFK Jr. going to align with Donald Trump to take out the deep state? It would be a force to be reckoned with. Elon Musk is on his side. Dana White is on his side. Everybody is on Donald Trump's side. RFK would just add to the powers to take out the deep state, the Biden-Harris administration. Harris Walsh, let me know. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.